422 on 1230 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. You're listening to Sister Speak. I'm Jerry.
And I'm Jules.
And Jules, you know I can talk today. It's not all in my head.
I hear you.
I'm
you
getting
sound
better.
a lot better than you have.
I am. I'm getting better. Today's featured Black business is the Dukester Summit, and we have in the studio with us some special guests from the Horizon Science Academy. We have Tony Pemberton and DeAsia Kaiser, along with Coach Zach, and they are here because, you know, I said I wanted to end the week in an uplifting note. Now, this is the uplifting part of our discussion today. And I think congratulations are in order for you young people who are in the studio because you came in first place, right?
Yeah.
At the robotics.
In the Kentucky State Championship.
Talk right into that mic.
In the Kentucky State Championship, we came in first place.
Now, that is an amazing feat. So talk to us about your robotics team and explain to people what that is exactly.
Well, we're a part of a FTC robotics team. That's First Tech Challenge, and we're a team of 7 students, mostly seniors, and we have a couple of younger people. What we do with our robotics is we have to build a robot and compete with other teams in several rounds. You have to get rings off of pipes and score with that.
Okay.
So what do we?
All right. Now, DeAsia, what's your role on the team?
I'm the speaker. I really like a speech, and I tell what each person did. I'm also the presenter. I helped with like displaying all the work that we did
When you
over the.
go to judges for presentation, we should help with the display.
Now, what part did you do? What role did you have, Tony?
Well, I'm team captain, so since our team's small, we all have to pitch in with everything. So the main thing I do that other people don't do is I do the programming.
Okay. So what does that entail exactly?
With our robot, it's getting the motors synced up to our controllers. We have to do the motors, servos, getting it so that it runs properly when you have to have the match going, making sure it doesn't go before the match starts and so it stops when the match ends.
Now, what experience did you guys have before you started with this team?
I had none whatsoever.
None whatsoever, and you came in first place. That's amazing. So, Coach Zach, how did you put this team together?
Oh, it was.
Talking to the mic.
It actually was really hard because it's first year for our school to do that. Horizon Science Academy Cincinnati, it's like charter school. We don't have enough resources or students to collect them together. Come together. But it was really hard. We started with like 1 or 2 students, and then by the time it's became like 7 or 8 students come together. And then we talk with other teams, and we travel a lot. We go to Chicago like a couple times, and then Dayton, and the other places. We participate in scrimmages and couple regional competitions. And then we, step by step, learn about that. How I mentioned before, we are just a rookie team. It's first year in competing. This is actually nationwide and worldwide. Now after that, when we won the Kentucky Championship, we qualified for World Championship, which is going to be in April.
You mean St. Louis?
In St. Louis, yeah.
Wow, it really is amazing. First team, you only have 7 members. Everyone's competing and providing multiple talents to this endeavor.
Yeah.
So how did you pick the team members? I mean, did they volunteer? Did you recruit them throughout the school?
Yeah, some of them we recruit, some of them is volunteer, but a couple like Tony, and we have another guy who is driving the robot arm. Carlos, they volunteer a lot. They take the robot and computers home. They spend a lot of time with the robot, with programming, with designing.
Just testing it and working out the bugs and everything.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever coached a team like this before?
No, I don't have experience too.
You have.
Yeah.
So you have all of these neophytes participating on this endeavor, and you come out on top. What do you attribute to that?
I think a big thing is a lot of the other teams. We went to Chicago. We went to one of our sister schools, and they gave us a lot of help with our robot. They helped us with our design, and we literally wouldn't have had anything decent to use if they hadn't helped us. There were also a lot of other teams there in the competition themselves a lot of the other teams helped us out a lot, and we would not have gotten as far as we had if the other teams didn't help us like they did.
But what kind of help did they provide? Because you
Well,
ended up winning.
Yeah, well, I think one of our other teams helped us build our autonomous program, which that's the program that lets the robot run by itself without anybody putting in commands. One of the other teams helped us work out the kinks in our teleop, which is when people control it. They helped us work those out because I don't know anything about coding, and the program we use, I have to actually learn how to code, and it's not simple. So even simple commands seem complicated.
So, but as a result of this, you've learned a lot of that.
As a result of this, I've learned about coding, and I can do some coding, and I've learned about the teamwork and just communicating with other people.
So where do you think this will take you? I mean, did you decide this is something that you like to do long term? I mean, do you have a strong interest in it now?
No, I don't have a strong interest in it as a career, but I think this gives me some leadership experience, and it gives me experience in doing something. It lets me diversify. Allows me, so I have experience in doing these types of things. If I need to ever use it later on in life, I have experience doing it, so I'm not just completely in the dark.
What about you, Deasia?
I like doing it as a hobby. Before, I didn't really have any experience doing this, but before I used to like break toys and like turn them into other stuff.
Oh, so you always deconstructed things and then put them back together.
Yeah.
So you said as a hobby. Give us a sense of what you felt when you guys won.
We was a rookie team, so I was happy.
It was amazing. We all freaked out.
Did you?
We all were screaming and
Now,
everything. Oh my god.
Do you have it on video? That's what I want to know.
Do
Your
we?
reaction.
I thought we got some.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we got
have
some stuff
videos.
on video. We have some videos of matches we played.
So you won first place.
Yeah.
And what's next? You said the
Going to World in St. Louis.
in St. Louis.
Yeah.
So you compete with who at that point?
I think there's supposed to be like 170 different teams.
No, it's actually like for example, let me start from first with.
Well, hold that thought. We'll take a break and we'll be back after this on 12:30 WDBZ The Buzz.